So I've officially finished my third application, and I'm gonna get into everything I learned building the third app because this is definitely a journey. All right, so sit back, grab your coffee, and let's get into this with the first lesson I learned. Choose your platform wisely, okay? I'm switching from Lovable to Cursor because Cursor is just completely blew my mind. Like, it's insane. I'm on the Cursor website right now, and you can see it's actually a desktop application you could download for your Mac or Windows. I have a Mac, so I downloaded it for my Mac. But it's everything that Lovable, that Bolt, that all of these things do. It's the vibe coding experience. You have the agents, plus you have full access to all of the code. You can see everything that it's doing. Oh, this is actually pretty sweet, interactive right here. You can check out the different messages it sends, look at the different files. You can edit the files, save the files. You can ask it about code. Like, it's just amazing. But the best part is that it's only 20 bucks a month. And I'm going to show you something that blew my mind when I jumped on this thing. And now they're saying this isn't going to last forever. So I would probably jump on it when you can. But check this out. This screen right here, this is my usage. Okay. With, let's say Bolt, I think I had 10 million coins to start with. 2 days, I used them all. With Lovable, as I was building the application, I had 100 tokens to start with. I think within, again, 2-3 days, burnt through them all. They were all gone because I built the application, and then after I built the application, I started to have to debug, and that's really where most of your coins are going to be spent because the base application, the MVP, is going to be done pretty quickly. And then now it's just going through everything, make sure it all works, and that's where you start burning more and more and more tokens. So check this out. Included in Pro, I spent 20 bucks to get the Pro plan. I've already burned through 112 million tokens. This literally means, and I'm going to explain, that I was on and I would type something to debug and it would do it. I would type a new feature, it would do it. I would type whatever I wanted, it would do it. I would run multiple agents, it would do it. As long as I kept it on auto, it just kept going and going and going. And auto was really, really good for the most part. Whether I got stuck sometimes was when there was kind of a loop of errors and it couldn't figure it out. But here's the beauty of Cursor. You can actually switch which AI you want it to look at, like which AI you want to look at your code. So you can see here, Composer 1 is their own, which is incredibly fast, really, really quick. I used 18.9 million tokens, and I would say 9 out of 10 times just switching to Composer 1 fixed all the issues. It would be 1 or 2 iterations. It would find it, nail it down, boom, we were done. When that couldn't do it, I switched to Claude or Grok, and you can see I was just kind of messing with them, and it gives you the price breakdown right here. So altogether, I've spent $9.71 because the coolest thing in the world is this right here. Auto Unlimited is free. It's free. So as long as you keep it on auto, it's not the quickest, but it'll get the job done. Auto is amazing, and it will break down all your costs and you can just keep using it. Now they're saying that it's only free for now. It is going to transition to a new pricing in the future, but it hasn't yet. So jump on Cursor and start going crazy with your applications and get as much done as you possibly can, because right now it's free. It's 112 million tokens. Like, that would have cost me a fortune on Lovable. I would have just kept dropping buckets of 25 bucks, but this is just amazing. So I love this. I've been using it all the time and I've only spent 20 bucks. Like, it's insane. So try Cursor out. If you haven't tried it out, go check it out. I am messing around with another workflow that I'll do another video on, but for right now, Cursor is it. It is amazing and it runs incredible. So pick your vibe coding application and stick with it. Right now, I think Cursor is the best one. Let's go to the next lesson. All right, my camera totally died, so no more of me, but that's okay. Some of y'all like that. All right, but check this out. So I'm on cursor right here, and the second thing that we need to understand is when we're vibe coding is to know your dev stack. Now, what I first did when I put this together was all I said was I want a YouTube manager. And it did it. This thing gave me the YouTube manager. It told me everything I needed. But the problem was it did it in something called Electron. Now, I don't know what Electron is. Apparently, it's a software background agent, whatever, coding, where you can actually develop software like native apps to Mac. So this initially started as a native app to the Mac platform, which I had no idea how that worked. So whatever I was doing, I just kept saying, build this, build that, fix this, fix that, and it kept doing it. The problem was it wouldn't refresh the way I was used to it refreshing. It wouldn't do the things that I wanted it to do. And I kept having more and more issues the further along I built this application. And it's not the AI's fault. It's not the fault of this right here. It's actually my fault because I don't know Electron. I don't know how it refreshes. I don't know how the backend server works. I didn't know anything about how it worked. So if you don't know coding, I would suggest brush up on something. Start to get to know some platform or something that you can do so that you can understand how it works, even if you don't necessarily understand the coding itself. So because I had no clue or no understanding of how Electron worked, midway, I switched everything and I turned it into a web app. And it was crazy. So I basically had to delete everything, redo everything, and it was nuts. So what I ended up doing was I used this right here. You could see it says agent, plan, and ask. These are great because the first thing you could do is ask a question like, if I wanted to transition this to a MySQL database, what would I need to do? And then it will tell you, and then based on what it tells you, you have two choices. What I did was I brought it to Claude, and after bringing it to Claude, I would bring it back into this application and then go into plan mode and have it actually plan. And you can see right here, it creates something called like project scope or plan or something like that, where it literally takes all the information you need. Look at it, it's doing it right now. It's just showing everything that you need to do in order to transition this into what you want to transition it to. So because I had the whole front end be React, but the back end was this Electron thing, I had to redo everything. I brought it into Cursor. Cursor made me this huge scope right here. YouTube Manager, detailed project summary. And it broke down the tech stack. Oh, that's Tan Stack. Where is it? It broke it down somewhere here. It said use custom, CSS, Tailwind. And then it just said everything that it had to do, gave the layout. So I was able to, after bringing it into Claude, refine everything that I needed. And one of the things it needed was, instead of Electron, was to bring it to Vite, V-I-T-E. And that made it much easier to work on, much easier to update, much easier to add everything. And essentially, I ended up just redoing the whole thing, bringing it into Claude, using the summary that this gave me. So I asked it, I said, hey, give me a detailed summary of everything we've done so far. I copied that, brought it into Claude, said, hey, this is what I have so far, but it's not working. I need something new. Give me some suggestions. It spit this whole thing out. And then I took this whole thing, brought it into plan, copied and pasted it here. I said, organize this plan for me. And then it just started building the entire app, which I could show you right here because I believe I could run it. Open browser. Yeah, localhost. So we're going to change this out. And it completely did the entire app. Oh, I didn't say it. Install code. See, even if you have to do something, it just tells you you got to install all the stuff, and then it just does it. So I'll click install code. All right, forget that part. Either way, it works outside of this. So when you put the plan together, it just makes it so much easier. And if you know the dev stack you're going to use, it just makes it so much easier. So before you even build anything, just make sure that you have that dev stack in place and that you know exactly the configuration, that you know exactly what you want to use, whether it's Vite, use React, Tailwind for styles. Have that in place, because without that, it's just going to do whatever it wants. And then rather than you leading it, you're just going to end up taking the back seat. And then this thing's just going to do everything. And you're going to be stuck here, lost, trying to debug and trying to figure things out. And then it's just going to be a mess. So with that said, let's move on to the third and final thing that I learned building out my third application. And the third and final one is to plan, plan, plan. Make sure you have everything in order, from the what you want the project to do to the different functionality pieces that you want, because if you're just winging it, it's going to take a lot longer. There's going to be so much more that you're going to have to debug and test out, and it just makes it so much easier to plan. I actually, and I just said it before, I scrapped this twice because I didn't know the dev stack. I didn't really know what I was doing. I just had the idea and I put the idea in, but I didn't really understand what it was that I was supposed to do. So I kept trying to figure it out as I went along. And every time I went along, it was just causing more and more chaos. So I finally buckled down. I planned it out with all the different options and all the different things that I wanted to do. And then it worked. So I would just suggest plan, set a rule for yourself. Don't even start developing anything until you know exactly what it is you want to build. You can mess around with stuff, but when you're trying to actually build something that's functional and that's going to work for you, make sure you plan it out. I can't stress that enough. I'm going to do a video on project management because I believe, especially as we get into vibe coding, one of the key essential skills that we're going to have to start learning is how to project manage. And there's different ways to do that: agile, waterfall. But with things like this, you have multiple agents that you can run at the same time. You can do a new agent and then do multiple tasks. So each agent is like another employee that's working on a sprint or working on something that you can deliver on your project. And it's just epic and amazing. So plan everything out, utilize your agents, get things done in a good manner. I'm trying to find the word, and make sure that whatever you do, you have the old application running how you want it. And this is going to cut down completely on all the bugs, on everything when you plan it out. So know your dev stack, use the Lovable platform, and plan everything out. And what Cursor really has that's amazing is the ask plan agent. So start off with asking, hey, this is what I want to build. What do you think? Plan it. Once you have what you know you want, plan it out, go through the plan, make iterations, and then go to your agent and start composing. And what's really cool is I subscribe to Claude, which I just love Claude so much better than ChatGPT. But if I take this off auto, I can use Sonnet 4.5 right here and just say, okay, I want to ask, this is basically Claude, hey, what should I do for whatever? And then it'll give me the answer. This does use your tokens though, and this does cost money. So if you're already paying for Claude, I wouldn't do this. Just go onto your Claude platform, ask it the questions, and then bring it here to plan. This is the best thing you could do, and it works so amazing. Then drop that back into auto and then go nuts with your prompts. Just keep prompting because it's included in the $20 and you can make all of this stuff out. So this is what I built. I built my YouTube manager to keep track of my videos. I have a couple videos here. This works for me. I could start off with ideas. I could generate ideas. When an idea is generated, I can have the outlines, which is what you're looking at right now. This is what I did. I could even generate the outline. And then from there, I can even set talking points just so I know to keep track of what I'm talking about. Once I'm done with that, I create a video. It goes here, and then I'm able to just keep track of everything. I could edit the video. I could add the details use Claude to help make more stuff, do AI. This is awesome. Like, this is the app I love and I'm utilizing and I'm going to continue to utilize over and over again. And you can build this too. Just ask, plan, and then go into your agents. So hopefully that helps as we continue this journey. I'm going to keep on building some really cool apps. I say this is my third app, but technically it's like I've done 2.5 apps. This is the second one I fully completed. The other one I started working on. I'm still trying to get it working right because I didn't know these things that I know now that I'm sharing with you. So I hope that what I'm sharing with you really helps for you to organize and plan this. And as I continue to grow and continue to learn, I'm going to keep on sharing because Cursor does so much stuff and it's so amazing. I just really think you guys should try it out if you haven't tried it yet. And yeah, let's go. Let's keep on going. Let's keep on growing. All right. God bless. Take care. Till next time.